The baggage claim carousel presents one of air travel's most universally shared frustrations. Passengers crowd around the rotating belt, scanning each emerging suitcase with hope and growing impatience. Black bags tumble alongside navy ones, hardshell cases mirror each other in monotonous similarity, and everyone searches desperately for that one distinguishing feature that marks their belongings among the sea of nearly identical luggage. The wait stretches longer when your bag looks exactly like dozens of others making their circuit around the claim area, and the potential for someone else mistakenly grabbing your suitcase increases dramatically when visual differentiation becomes nearly impossible. This scenario plays out in airports worldwide every single day, creating unnecessary stress at the conclusion of journeys when travelers simply want to collect their belongings and proceed to their final destinations. The problem stems from several converging factors that have shaped modern luggage design and consumer purchasing patterns. Manufacturers tend to produce cases in neutral color palettes that appeal to broad markets. Business travelers gravitate toward professional-looking black or charcoal options, and retailers stock what sells most reliably, creating a self-reinforcing cycle of uniformity. The result leaves baggage claim areas looking remarkably homogeneous, with countless similar cases circulating endlessly until their owners can identify them. However, the solution to this widespread problem involves more creativity and strategic thinking than many travelers realize. Making luggage genuinely distinctive requires moving beyond half measures and implementing identification strategies that work reliably even in chaotic plane areas with poor lighting and crowds of distracted people. The most effective approaches combine visual impact with practical durability, ensuring that distinguishing features survive the rough handling inherent to commercial aviation while remaining visible from considerable distances across busy terminals. Understanding why distinctiveness matters. The importance of immediately recognizable luggage extends well beyond simple convenience, though reducing claim area wait times certainly provides valuable benefits. When bags look generic and indistinguishable, travelers must approach the carousel closely and examine each passing case carefully, often reading tiny luggage tags or searching for minor scuffs and wear patterns that might identify their belongings. This process consumes time and mental energy after flights that may have already depleted both resources considerably. More concerning, the abundance of similar-looking luggage creates opportunities for honest mistakes with potentially serious consequences. Another passenger genuinely believing they've identified their black rolling suitcase might grab yours instead, discovering the error only after reaching home or their hotel. Such mix-ups trigger cascades of complications, from tracking down the other traveler and arranging exchanges to managing without essential items during business trips or vacations. Airlines can assist with these situations, but resolution typically requires hours or even days, transforming a simple mistake into a significant disruption. The problem intensifies on popular routes where dozens or hundreds of passengers check luggage for the same flight. Large aircraft disgorge massive quantities of bags simultaneously, and the resulting avalanche of cases on the carousel can overwhelm even attentive travelers. Without clear distinguishing features visible from several feet away, identifying your specific bag becomes genuinely challenging, especially when jet lag, language barriers, or unfamiliar airports complicate the situation further. Security considerations also enter the equation, though less obviously. Luggage that stands out distinctively discourages casual theft, as highly visible, memorable bags create more risk for potential thieves than anonymous-looking cases. While determined criminals might not be deterred by colorful luggage, opportunistic theft drops when bags cannot fade anonymously into crowds or be quickly resold without drawing attention. The pitfalls of common identification methods. Many travelers attempt to distinguish their luggage using methods that seem logical but ultimately prove inadequate under real-world baggage claim conditions. Understanding why these popular approaches fail helps explain what actually works reliably when the stakes involve expensive belongings containing everything needed for extended trips. Luggage tags represent perhaps the most universal identification method, with virtually every traveler attaching some form of label bearing their name and contact information. These tags serve important purposes for airline handling and return of lost items, making them genuinely essential. However, relying on tags alone for visual identification creates significant problems. Tags remain small by necessity, requiring close approach to read the information printed on them. In crowded claim areas, getting close enough to examine tags on every passing bag proves impractical and time-consuming. Additionally, Tags frequently become damaged, torn, or completely detached during handling, leaving travelers without even this minimal identification aid. Ribbons, strips of fabric, and similar additions tied to luggage handles enjoy widespread popularity, with countless travelers employing this technique in hopes of creating distinction. The appeal seems obvious: a bright ribbon stands out against dark luggage and costs virtually nothing to implement. Unfortunately, this very popularity undermines the method's effectiveness. Walk through any baggage claim area and observe how many suitcases sport colorful ribbons, often in identical or very similar shades. The supposed distinction vanishes when dozens of bags feature the same solution, and from a distance, one red ribbon looks remarkably like another. Furthermore, these lightweight additions often fall off during transit or handling, disappearing somewhere between check-in and claim, leaving luggage as anonymous as before. Stickers present another common approach that suffers from similar limitations. Travelers affix destination stickers, brand logos, or decorative decals to their cases, imagining these create sufficient visual distinction. In practice, stickers typically lack the size and visual impact necessary for distance recognition in busy claim areas. They also deteriorate over time, fading from sun exposure during tarmac waits, peeling from rough handling, or accumulating dirt that obscures whatever distinctiveness they might have provided. A small sticker becomes virtually invisible when viewed from across a carousel filled with circulating luggage. Some travelers purchase luggage in colors slightly different from the standard black, opting for navy, dark gray, or brown alternatives. While this represents movement toward distinction, these darker neutrals fail to provide adequate contrast in the typically dim lighting conditions found in many baggage claim areas. A dark blue bag looks remarkably similar to a black one when viewed in poor light at a distance, and the distinction proves insufficient for reliable quick identification. Truly effective visual distinction strategies. Creating luggage that genuinely stands out requires bolder approaches that deliver visibility even in worst-case scenarios involving poor lighting, large crowds, and tired travelers scanning from considerable distances. The most successful strategies share several common characteristics worth examining before exploring specific implementation methods. Effective distinction operates at distance, allowing travelers to identify their belongings from across busy claim areas without approaching closely for examination. This distance recognition saves time and reduces the crowding that occurs when everyone must press near the carousel to identify their bags. The feature must also survive the inevitable rough treatment commercial luggage receives, from being tossed into cargo holds to sliding down metal chutes into claim areas. Temporary or fragile identification methods fail when they disappear during the first trip, leaving travelers without the protection they believed they had established. High contrast provides essential visibility, particularly in the suboptimal lighting typical of baggage claim areas. Features that blend into the luggage-based color or rely on subtle distinctions fail under real-world viewing conditions. Bold colors, dramatic patterns, or significant textural differences deliver the contrast necessary for reliable recognition even when visibility conditions prove challenging. With these principles established, several specific approaches emerge as genuinely effective solutions for creating unmistakable luggage that stands out reliably across diverse airports and travel situations. Purchasing luggage in genuinely bold, bright colors represents perhaps the most straightforward and reliable approach. Cases in vivid shades like hot pink, bright orange, wine green, electric blue, or sunshine yellow create immediate visual impact that remains visible across even the largest, most crowded claim areas. These colors contrast sharply with the dark neutrals dominating most luggage, making them pop visually in ways that subtler color choices cannot match. The distinction proves durable because it's integral to the luggage itself rather than added afterward, illuminating concerns about ribbons falling off or stickers peeling away. Some travelers hesitate to embrace bright luggage colors, viewing them as unprofessional or garish. However, this perception increasingly seems outdated as luggage manufacturers offer vibrant options and sophisticated designs that look polished and intentional rather than juvenile. A well-made case in a bold color can appear quite elegant while delivering unmatched visibility. For those who cannot overcome resistance to colorful luggage, consider that bags spend the vast majority of their existence in cargo holds, hotel rooms, and car trunks where aesthetics matter little compared to the practical benefits gained during those critical moments at baggage claim. Custom wrapping or full coverage with distinctive patterns offers another highly effective approach, particularly for travelers committed to specific luggage they've already purchased. Specialized companies now provide services that essentially wallpaper entire suitcases with custom designs, photographs, or patterns. Alternatively, large decals designed specifically for luggage coverage can transform ordinary cases into personalized statements. Geometric patterns, animal prints, photographic reproductions, or custom graphics created from personal images all create visual distinction impossible to replicate accidentally by other travelers. This approach allows maintaining existing quality luggage while achieving identification benefits comparable to purchasing bright-colored cases. Reflective tape represents a more utilitarian but extremely effective solution, especially for frequent travelers who prioritize function over fashion. Wide strips of industrial-grade reflective material adhered to luggage in distinctive patterns catch light dramatically, creating visibility that exceeds even bright colors in certain conditions. The reflection effect proves particularly valuable in dim, plain areas where standard colors appear muted. Applying reflective tape in unique configurations, perhaps diagonal stripes, geometric shapes, or custom patterns, ensures your case cannot be confused with others that might employ similar materials. The durability of quality reflective tape surpasses most decorative additions, potentially lasting through years of regular travel. Unusual luggage shapes provide distinction through form rather than color or decoration. While rectangular rolling suitcases dominate the market, alternatives exist including cylindrical duffels, vintage-style trunks, or cases with distinctive structural features like external frames or unusual proportions. Shape recognition operates differently in human visual processing than color identification, often registering even more quickly at the subconscious level. A round case among rectangles, or a trunk among modern shells, creates such immediate distinction that travelers often identify their luggage before consciously processing what caught their attention. Combination approaches deliver the highest reliability by layering multiple distinction methods simultaneously. A bright orange case with reflective tape in a custom pattern becomes virtually impossible to mistake for anyone else's luggage, even if another traveler happens to have the same brand and color case. The redundancy also provides insurance against any single identification feature failing, ensuring that even if reflective tape partially peels away, the bright base color continues providing distinction. Implementing your identification strategy. Selecting an effective distinction method represents only the first step toward achieving reliable luggage recognition. Implementation details significantly impact long-term success, with quality of materials and thoughtfulness of application determining whether identification features survive extended travel or quickly deteriorate into uselessness. When purchasing new luggage, invest time researching options that combine distinctive appearance with proven durability and quality construction. Bright-colored cases from budget manufacturers might provide initial visibility but fail structurally within a few trips, while higher-quality pieces in bold colors deliver both distinction and longevity. Read reviews carefully, paying particular attention to comments about color fastness and whether vibrant shades fade with sun exposure or cleaning. Some materials maintain brilliant colors indefinitely while others dull disappointingly quickly. For additions to existing luggage, material quality determines effectiveness equally critically. Reflective tape varies enormously in adhesive quality and reflective intensity, with premium automotive or industrial grades vastly outperforming decorative craft varieties. When applying tape or large decals, thoroughly clean luggage surfaces first, removing all dirt, oils, and residues that might compromise adhesion. Many travelers skip this preparation step and wonder why their carefully applied identification features fall off during the first trip. Taking time to prepare surfaces properly and press adhesive materials firmly into place pays dividends in durability. Consider placement strategically when adding distinctive features. Both broadsides of cases should display prominent identification to ensure visibility regardless of how luggage lands on the carousel. Handles and tops also merit attention, as bags often arrive standing on end or lying at angles where side markings become less visible. Multiple surfaces bearing distinctive features maximize the probability of quick recognition from any viewing angle. Testing your distinction strategy before embarking on important trips provides valuable reassurance. After implementing identification features, view your luggage from various distances and angles in different lighting conditions. Can you reliably identify it from 20 feet away in dim light? Does it remain distinctive when partially obscured by other bags? Honest evaluation helps identify any necessary improvements before situations arise where reliable identification becomes genuinely important. Maintaining identification through extended use. Even the most thoughtfully implemented distinction strategies require periodic maintenance to preserve effectiveness across months or years of regular travel. Luggage experiences harsh conditions that gradually degrade even durable identification features, and proactive maintenance prevents deterioration from undermining the distinction you've worked to establish. Regular inspection after trips reveals emerging problems before they become serious. Check adhesive edges on reflective tape or decals for lifting that might indicate imminent failure. Examine bright-colored surfaces for fading or staining, and verify that all identification elements remain securely attached and clearly visible. Catching issues early allows simple repairs rather than complete replacement of failed features. Cleaning luggage properly preserves both the cases themselves and any applied identification elements. Harsh chemicals can damage reflective materials or cause bright colors to fade, while excessive abrasion during scrubbing might scratch or peel decorative additions. Use mild soaps and soft cloths, testing cleaning products on inconspicuous areas before applying them broadly. For luggage with custom wrapping or full coverage decals, follow manufacturer recommendations carefully to avoid damaging the protective coatings that keep graphics intact. Replacement becomes necessary eventually for even the most durable identification features. Rather than waiting for complete failure, replace reflective tape when it shows significant wear, refresh faded decals before they become illegible, and touch up bright-colored luggage if scratches or scuffs compromise visibility. This proactive approach ensures luggage remains highly distinctive throughout its service life rather than gradually reverting to anonymous appearance as identification features deteriorate. The effort invested in making luggage genuinely distinctive delivers returns far exceeding the time and modest expense required. Travelers who implement effective identification strategies consistently report faster, less stressful experiences at baggage claim, with many noting they've never again experienced the anxiety of slowly circling carousels wondering if their bags survived the journey. The peace of mind that comes from instantly recognizing your belongings amidst chaos, combined with practical time savings and reduced risk of mix-ups or theft, makes luggage distinction one of the most valuable travel preparations any frequent flyer can undertake. Whether through bold color choices, creative customization, or strategic application of high-visibility materials, ensuring your luggage stands out unmistakably transforms baggage claim from an ordeal into a brief, efficient final step before beginning whatever adventure brought you to the airport in the first place.